Welcome to CleanerSolutions database training videos. I'm going to take a quick second to run through the main one that we use. A great starting point is use find a cleaner. With this, the one field you have to enter in is the contaminant or the soil that you're trying to remove. So I'm going to do an initial search to show you. You go through and you can click off either 1, 2, 3 of the soils that you may be interested in looking at. You can run a search to be very specific, meaning you could add in the substrate or the materials you're trying to clean and how you're trying to clean it. I'm going to start the search by just looking at the soil to give you an idea of how this can help you filter your results down. You can also filter by the type of applications you're looking at, either parts, precision, or janitorial cleaning based on the chemistry manufacturing, where they feel that these chemistries are supposed to be used for. And you can also return effective results. So I'm going to run this just on the soil itself. And it'll take a second to run through, find the matching criteria. So you can see that there's 1,727 records that match. Doesn't mean that there's 1,700 testing trials that we've run. It just means the data points match up for cutting fluids 1,700 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search again. And I'm going to pick cutting fluids, and this time I'm going to add in the substrate as well as the process that we're looking for. Actually, I'm going to show you how that narrows it down. So I click search. We went from 1,700 down to 392. Still a lot to go through, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with this process to kind of show you how you can narrow your search down. We do that, we do this, we do this, so we did the same 3 things. This time we only want to know parts cleaning and effective results only. So let's see what we get for results, how it narrows the search down for us. Now we're down to 204. So we went down almost 2,000 down to 200 with a few clicks of the buttons. Now what do you do to find out where you want to go from here? So there are many avenues that you can click through to find out more information. You can click on either the company name or the product name to give you an idea of what this product is designed to be used for. It's safety evaluation based on the pollution prevention's options analysis tool that Turi has created. And this looks at 8 endpoints or 8 categories and evaluates products based on technical information available. You could filter it by, you can look through the client number, project number, trial number to read the reports on these, get an idea what this looks like. So you can read the testing that we did and what the results were and what were the other products that we may have looked at. So from here, like I said, you can click on a product name. You can get information supplied to us by the vendor about the product, what its intended uses are, what soils it can be used on, the equipment it can be used in, and the materials that it can be used on. So, and if we're fortunate enough, we have safety data sheets or technical data sheets available that you can click on and find more about. Also, again, the summary of the safety evaluation is here for you to look at. And this tells you a little bit more about it. If you expand this to talk about where the information comes from, the scale from 2 to 10, 2 being safe, 10 being of concern. It also gives you a summary of the overall profile of the product. This is all the testing that the lab has done on this product, either good or bad, and the different soils and materials. It doesn't necessarily match up to exactly what you're looking for, but it gives you the idea of what the overall profile of that product is. So I believe, let me go back and let's search again. If you were to start really specific, so say you are looking at greases from aluminum and we'll say galvanized steel from ultrasonics, and you wanted to know only things that were effective from precision cleaning. So you're very specific as your starting point. You run a search, and it goes through the database, and you only found 6 endpoints that match those criteria, which is pretty good because you're only looking at very specific things. You're looking for ultrasonics. Aluminum, looks like we only have aluminum that matched. And looks like only greases. So that's the only soil we looked at. So that's how you can see how, if we were to search again, and if you want to know more, what was in there just for grease, on aluminum, for any application, any endpoint, and we'll just look at the effective results only. So this should expand what you end up for results. as it runs through. So we went from 6 records to 350. So ideally, you want to work your search criteria to get a list that's something that you can manage to go through. You can go through and you could click off a couple of these to do a side-by-side comparison. Oh, I guess I already have 2 in there already, 1 in there. So you scroll to the bottom, we can compare the selected products. So from here, you can see, here are the products that you just looked at. The vendor supplied information about the soils, the equipment, the surfaces, the safety data sheets if available, the safety screening, safety evaluation comparison, as well as the summary of the performance. So you can see a couple of these ones have been used a lot. More often than not, it comes back with effective results. This one here is pretty consistent in what it's looking for. This one here is a janitorial product versus a industrial manufacturing type of facility. And this one here doesn't have a lot of results. So if I were to choose between the 3 of these for the scenario I was looking at, I would definitely go with this one, knowing that this one here is more of a janitorial product versus this one. So that's how you can use the different features within Find a Cleaner. I hope that answers your questions.